Hello, Matty coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the video. And today I'm extremely happy to have a special guest with.
Hello, it's Mike coming at you with another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the video and welcome to Harry Potter Wizarding World, created by the sensational Silverpunker. Now, I think we can all agree that that opening bit was cringe. Oh my days, it's difficult to watch. It was so bad. But last week, we spotlighted My Disneyland by Silverpunker, and it got me thinking of this park, and I really wanted to come back and revisit it. So for the very first time on the channel, I'm actually coming back and redoing a spotlight. I believe this was the second, maybe third spotlight I ever did on the channel, so it was terrible. It needs more love, it needs more appreciation, so I'm super excited to once again return to Hogwarts. So without further ado, let's hop in and have a look around, shall we? Right, so here we are at the park entrance. So we have King's Cross Station right in front of us. You can see the Hogwarts Castle off in the distance and then the Quidditch pitch behind it. Oh, I am so excited to be back here again, guys. The last time I was here 2 years ago, I was still so new to this YouTube thing. My mic was absolutely terrible. My camera skills weren't that good. My actual presentation and confidence weren't very good. Yeah, so I'm so glad to be returning and doing this park justice. We've got the night bus just over here. The best thing about the last time I was here spotlighting this park is that I was joined by Tommy CM, who was nothing but professional. It was an honour having him on the channel. Yeah, well, as we come through here, so we've got all the luggage just there from the students waiting to get on the Hogwarts Express. And then we have, of course, platform 9 3/4. I'm pretty sure the last time I was here, I had to check behind the wall. Yeah, I did, and I'm breaking the immersion. I did exactly the same thing again. But yeah, great little touch. And then you've got the wall here, so where you tap the wall and the bricks all move and you come through into Diagon Alley. I mean, this isn't my first time here. It's not like I'm experiencing this for the first time, and yet I'm still mesmerized. It's so good. So we have the ice cream parlor. So I don't believe the ice cream parlor ever appears in the films. It may appear potentially in the background, maybe, for like the keen-eyed amongst you, but I don't believe it's ever like prominent in the films, whereas in the books it's mentioned a lot more, and they actually speak to, I can never say the name, the Florine Fortskes? I can't say that. But they actually have conversations with the owner. But of course this street is based upon the one at the Universal Studios. So lots of shops that you will recognise from both the books and the films. We have the Owl Emporium, and then the Quality Quidditch Emporium. That's a mouthful and a half to say. The Quality Quidditch Emporium. Of course, that's where he buys his Nimbus 2000. No, he doesn't get it from there. No, he's looking at it, isn't it? And then Professor McGonagall buys it him. Oh, where are they coming from? Is there a toilet block in there or something? Yes, there is. Is there anything inside here? Our little sweet vending machine. And then we have Ollivander's. So get your wands here. So we'll come inside. Oh, look at it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm still blown away by it. I'm still in love with this park. I'm such a big Harry Potter fan. Just the way the shelves are all leaning, almost held up by magic. I mean, this one up here has no right to be stood in that direction. It would totally be falling over. And they would never stay upright. Clearly held up by magic. And as we come out of here, We've got Gringotts Bank just here with the dragon sat on top. Oh, he's still got his chains on, look. Oh dear. And he breathes fire, if I remember rightly. And right on cue. Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Cheers for that. Thank you for proving my point. Yeah, great little dragon there. So step inside to capture the magic. I don't believe there's anything inside. No, just a little popcorn machine just in there. And we have the shop that must not be named. I'd missed that last time. See, because of how much is in this park, there may be things that I do pick up on this time that I didn't even realise the last time I came through. Because it's such a big park. It took us an hour and a half last time to spotlight it. Now, a lot of that comes down to the fact that we were waffling, I was dawdling in places. As I said, I was still relatively new to the whole YouTube thing and certainly new to spotlighting at the time. So hopefully I've fine-tuned it a lot more now and this will not be running into an hour long or an hour and a half like the last time. And I recognise a lot more of the pieces now in the game and able to appreciate how things have been put together a lot more than I used to be able to. So we've got the train carriage just there, and this will lead to the Hagrids Motorbike ride, which of course is based off the ride at Universal Studios. As we come through here, you can just see Hogwarts just over the rocks there. You can see a coaster just coming up over the top right there. So we've got two different launch vector coasters quite close to each other. So Mack Hypercoasters. We'll come down this queue line. And then we've got Hagrid's Hut right in front of us. So you may have seen this before. I know a couple of people have used this in their parks. But Silverpunker was the OG creator of this. And if you were ever looking for a Hagrid's Hut for your park, then look no further. Because this is a perfect recreation of it. Even the interior is done. So you've got the giant bed just there. I could do with going to bed now myself. It's like 1:15 in the morning. But I really wanted to film. But that bed did look quite inviting, I must admit. Yeah, great job. Great job. I always preferred this design of Hagrid's Hut. The one that came from Prisoner of Azkaban onwards. I was never a big fan of the one from Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. And then when they changed it up for Prisoner of Azkaban, I think that became the main one. That becomes the canon one that everyone recognises. And certainly that's the one that they use at Universal Studios. But as we carry on coming down here, so we've got this nice open plan station with a Mack Hyperrides coaster. So let's go for a ride on this, shall we? First ride of the park. Enjoy, everybody. I think giving feedback for a 2-year-old park, knowing what you have done after this, almost seems a little bit redundant. Because I could say, yeah, the coaster does require a little bit of smoothing in places and maybe a little bit more banking and make sure you extend your brake run and things like that. But this is an old park. I know what you have gone on to do after this. And I know how good your rides get. And as a first park, with some of your original coasters that you created, yeah, it was fantastic. It did require a little bit of work, but it's stuff that you did address in your future parks. Great ride, great theming all the way around, all the rock work and the terrain work that you've done around there, and then just a little bits of foliage with the trees just dotted around in there, some with snow on, some without. Yeah, really, really nice job. And then you can even just come down here for a little tiny Easter egg. If you just come down here, there's just a couple of other bits and bobs just down here, just on the outside, that would lead over towards the Quidditch pitch, which we will look at a little bit later on. But we'll come back over this bridge. And I do love this. You've got the penguins on the boats heading towards Hogwarts, look. So these are the little first years all heading towards the castle, or that's what they're supposed to represent. So very much taken from the first film where they arrive to Hogwarts on the boats. That did always confuse me. Why did they send the first years on the boats? That was something that never really made sense. It almost felt like J.K. Rowling was like, do you know what? It's not very practical getting a couple of hundred students to the school on boats. So for year 2 onwards, we're going to have them travel by different means, by the Thestrals. Well, it wasn't Thestrals, was it? Was it Thestrals that pulled the carriages? I think it was the Thestrals. I don't know. You'll have to let me know on that one. But we've got Arthur Weasley's car there. It's a Ford Anglio, isn't it, if I remember rightly? And then as we come down the exit, just a little bit more design just around here. But we'll carry on walking down the exit. Yeah, without a doubt, this is not going to be an hour and a half like it was last time. I believe it took us about 40 minutes just to get there last time, because we were that busy waffling. We'll come and have a look up here. So I don't believe this really goes to anything. No, it's more of a facade. So we'll come down here and we'll walk across this way. So this will take us to where you will get off the train, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. So this would be the Leaky Cauldron, I think. And that didn't take us over to the train. It didn't go where I thought it did. So clearly, I can't remember the park quite as well as I thought I did. So we'll come into Gringotts itself, where all the goblins sit. Great floor design, just using the basic shapes there. And a really nice ceiling design. And as we turn right here, yes, I know I'm going right, but I have to go right. We don't want to go to Hogwarts yet. And there's, oh, there's a queue line. Which one was this then? Is this the other Mack rides? I can't actually remember. Oh, do you know what? I actually completely forgot about this ride. Completely forgot about this ride. Love this station. Yeah, not very often we go on one of these in a spotlight. So let's hop on, shall we? Enjoy. can I just remind people that this was Silverpunker's first park. His very first park that was released not within 6 months of the game actually releasing for the consoles. And this is what he creates for the very first park. You have a natural talent for the game, my friend. Your work is exemplary, as we've seen with the other parks that we've looked at that you did. So the Avatar park, which was your second park, the Midgar Final Fantasy VII being your third park, and then the Disneyland that we looked at last week. You've just got a natural born talent at this game. Incredible work. And I can't believe this is a first park. This is better than what I would ever do on my 10th, 20th, 30th park. Yeah, amazing work. And I remember now where this exit brings us out. And this is what I was looking for earlier on. So this brings us to the Hogsmeade train station. So we have the Hogwarts Express just at the front there. I like the fact that you've had to lower it into the floor a little bit, just to kind of like get it to match up, because them train carriages are way smaller than that train. So to get around that, you've just lowered it into the floor a little bit. We've got a block of toilets just hidden away over there. Some nice little details around here. Nice little detailing on the building with the planters on the side of the wall. You've even got a drainage pipe coming down. Little details that you didn't really need to do. Even going back to your very first park, you were all about them small details and adding so much to the realism. And then if we follow that bridge, that will take us over around to where the other coaster is. But I don't want to go over that bridge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. We're going to break all the immersion. Just close your eyes for a second. You didn't see any of that. You don't need to see behind the scenes. And we're going to come back through here. Not that way. That's completely the wrong way, Matty. We're going to come back through here. And instead, we're going to turn left. And come down this path. Because I love this shot as you come down here. Just with Hogwarts in the background, you can see the coaster just coming up and over and then back down again. You can just about see the Quidditch pitch off in the distance. You can see the Hagrid ride over to our left. Again, just to reiterate, how is this a first park? How did you do this in less than 6 months of the game coming out? It baffles my mind. Even 2 years down the line, you can still consider this to be one of the benchmark parks on the console. Can we see the coaster come over the top of us as we're here? I kind of walked down slowly, intentionally. There we go. That's what I wanted. I was walking down slowly, just waffling, trying to encourage the coaster to come so we could see it. My plan paid off. So if we go that way, that will take us off towards Hogwarts. So we'll go down there in a second. So this would be the town. Oh, what's the town called? Oh my days. It's completely gone out of my head. Hogsmeade. That's it, Hogsmeade. Completely forgot what it was called then. How do we get down to the ride? So this is the bridge that would connect back over to where we were a second ago. There is the queue line. Right, do you know what? I should have probably actually come over there. But there you go. We've seen it all now, so we're fine. There you go. And we'll come down the queue line for this one. Oh, I love how the coaster just comes right next to us here. We're going to be lucky again and see it come past as we're queuing. No. Okay. We'll let it off. All this work around here with the beams. Almost a little bit of Phantasialand inspiration. Just using the wooden beams, like around Talon. We come down here. Down we come. There you go. It's just leaving the station. So, Dragon Quest. So this would be alluding to the dragon in the Goblet of Fire. So the first trial. So let's hop for a ride on this then, shall we? Enjoy. I forgot just how good the rides were in this park. Again, it was just a sensational ride. Yeah, maybe a little bit of smoothing here and there, but stuff that you address later on, amazing. Great, great coaster, really enjoyable. What a ride. So, we'll hop out the exit, which comes... No, that's the entrance, mate. Whereabouts is the exit? There we go. So we'll come back up here and we'll work our way into Hogsmeade. I love how Hogwarts is just always in the background. The fact that Planet Coaster can make you experience so many different things, it can take you away to these different worlds. When you have creators like this who can build the immersion this much with their parks, you forget that you're playing Planet Coaster. You're taken away to a whole different world. And that's why I love this game so much. The only limits to this game are people's imaginations. We have the Hog's Head. Maybe not so much detailing inside this one, but of course, I imagine by the time we started getting around here, the percentage would have started becoming an issue. But we have the Hogwarts house crest, so we've got the Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and where's Hufflepuff's? Is there only the three? Where's Hufflepuff? Oh, sorry Hufflepuff fans, you're not getting one. Wow, savage. And then we come through into when Hogsmeade is all snowy, look. Oh, wow. As I've said, this isn't the first time I'm here, but it feels like it is. I think I can honestly say, Silverpunker, I am one of your biggest fans. I just love your work, and you're always keeping me updated with the projects that you're working on. Certainly before the Final Fantasy Park came out, you were keeping me updated with progress photos, and you did the same with the Disneyland Park, and I'm always excited to see what you do, because I know with every creation it's just going to be sensational. You never disappoint with your work, ever. It's always top tier. Your ambitions in this game are so lofty. I mean, I don't think there's a single park that you've done that's been under 100%. You've had to use the glitch for every single park that you have done. Every park that you have done. I think the My Disneyland that we looked at last week, I think that was 128%. It was 54,000 pieces on the console. And you've got to imagine that this can't be far off either. I think that's something we'll have to have a quick look at towards the end of the spotlight. It's just the actual piece count of this park, because that's something that I'd never done. Yeah, love it. Right, so I can't remember what's down here. Is this a little back way into Hogwarts? I can't actually remember what's down here. So we'll have a walk down. Oh, I remember. Oh, this is actually the Dragon Quest from the Goblet of Fire. So I was mistaken with what I said earlier. So even though it was called Dragon Quest, that's where the first trial takes place. So there's a ride here. So I can't remember what ride it is. I think it's some kind of launch, if I remember rightly. Right, so what have we got? Let's have a look, shall we? I believe it's some kind of launch coaster. So we have a Zenith. Yes, so we have a launched hydraulic Zenith. So let's go for a ride on this then, shall we? Enjoy. That was another ride that I had forgotten about. Yeah, what a ride. The fact that you've managed to get a Zenith coaster in that small a footprint has got to be commended. Yes, the G-forces are high. They're a little bit unrealistic in that sense, but when you've got a ride experience like that in such a small confined area, it really did feel like kind of you were flying and zipping around the arena on a broomstick. You've even got the golden egg that is the objective that Harry has to catch. Just amazing. I kind of want to watch it go around and just watch an off-board. Yeah, that loop would have certainly pulled some high Gs right there. That loop could have probably done with being extended. I think that was probably where a lot of the G-forces would have been coming from. And then just as it came back into the station, just extend that brake run. But again, this is an old park, so it's not really relevant. It doesn't really matter, truth be told. But we'll start working our way back towards Hogwarts. So I don't know how long we're into the spotlight. Probably about half an hour. By this point, me and Tommy were already an hour into the spotlight, and we had to stop at this point to move into a second part. We really did waffle. I blame Tommy. I'm so glad that Tommy CM is back again now. For anybody that hasn't seen, Tommy CM has returned with his Alden Towers Let's Play series. Such a good series. You should proper go and check it out. I can't believe he's managed to recreate Alden Towers on a console. And it's so genuine. It's brilliant. So yeah, make sure and go and check that out. But right, let's come back down here. Back through Hogsmeade. And let's start working our way up towards the castle, shall we? So I believe we've got 2 more rides to go on. So I do remember that we have a Chamber of Secrets ride. Ah, there you go. You can just see it, look off in the distance. So it's one of them Vekoma swinging mine trains. And then we've got the B&M Wing Coaster in the background that goes around the Quidditch field. Field pitch? Is it a field or a pitch? Quidditch pitch. Quidditch pitch, that's the one. I think we'll come back to the mine train. I think we're going to leave that one till the end, because that was my favourite. That was my favourite ride of the park. We've got the car that's crashed into the Whomping Willow there. That would take us off towards the mine train. So we'll come back to that shortly. And then you can walk up the castle. Be careful to not fall off. A little bit dangerous, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. And then you come up here, you've got the entrance to the Great Hall just inside here, which is a hotel, which is why there's guests coming up here. And then you can come down here, and then there's just a viewpoint, a couple of viewpoints. Look at that for a shot. Again, first park. First park. I'm so jealous. I wish I could only have this talent. I really do. And then you've even... So, whilst they may look... So, when you're coming down here, they're like, kind of, what is that supposed to be? But then when you look at it from an elevated shot, you realise it's the herbology. And whilst we're here, we may as well just appreciate the castle itself. It'd be rude not to. Look at that. You've even got the astronomy tower up there. Brilliant. You've got the owlry over there. Just all these little attention to detail. You've got the bridge that goes off towards the Quidditch field, which we'll have a look at in a second. So that's the one that Neville blows up in the last one. And then the courtyard, just over here. I don't think I ever even looked at the courtyard the first time I came. Don't think I ever even looked at that. No, there's nothing in that. And then, of course, you've got the bridge. Again, which I didn't look at the last time we came. All custom supported. Using the... I can never remember what that wood piece is called. The bamboo or something. Wooden scaffolding support. It looks like bamboo. But the scaffolding support. Yeah, amazing job. What a recreation. You can just look at it and you just know it's Hogwarts. Fantastic. I love the fact that you put a hotel in where the Great Hall would be as well. There's things to draw the guests up here, which is really good. But we're going to come down. We're just going to jump off. Don't do it, Matty. I've done it. I've done it. We're okay. Don't worry. And we'll come down here. And we've got the queue line here. So at this point, I believe this would be where percentage would have started becoming more and more of an issue. So you can start overlooking maybe some of the lack of detailing around here. When you see a park of this size and magnitude, and you see maybe some undetailed areas, you know the reason why. It's not through lack of attention or through lack of effort. It's just the limitations that we have on the console. But we have a B&M Wing Coaster. So there's the trophy there for the winner. We've got the Quidditch balls just there. So let's go for a ride on this, shall we? And oh, hang on, just before we do, there's still only 3 flags. There is still only 3 flags. Poor Hufflepuff. Honestly. Right, let's go for a ride on this then, shall we? Enjoy. What an amazing ride once again. I love the fact that you built a Quidditch pitch. I think it may be the only Quidditch pitch I've seen created on the console. I can't recall seeing another one. But yeah, great job with that. Really authentic. And I love the fact just before you go, you don't just go straight into the Quidditch pitch. You come around here. So this may be a little bit of from, is it Order of the Phoenix when they go to the Quidditch World Cup? I think that might be what that's in reference to. But yeah, great job. So let's come back down here and we'll start working our way towards the final ride of the park. Now, normally I would say, oh, if you want to see more, then go and check out the old Spotlight. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay? Don't punish yourselves. Just watch this one. And if you have a PS5, go and download the park and look at it for yourselves. Alright? Trust me. Right. So we'll come around here. And let's come through to what was my favourite ride of the entire park. I loved this one. So we're actually in the queue line now. So in we come. We've got the sorting hat just there. We come up the staircase that unfortunately don't move. And down here. And we come into the Great Hall with all the floating candles and everything. It's so good. You've even got books flying around. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, here we go. The final ride of the park. This one is a good one. So let's hop on. Enjoy, everybody. You are doing things in your first park that you've got absolutely no right in being able to do or should be able to do. the terrain work around that ride, the triggered effects, the times of day changing, these are all advanced things that you should not be able to do in your first park, especially so quickly after picking up the game. Just incredible. I genuinely do not know how you did it, this park. And even coming back 2 years down the line, it's still equally as impressive as it was 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe the rides do require a little bit of smoothing here and there, but I know how much your coaster building has come on in that time. Just what a park. What a park. It still stands the test of time. It is like Harry Potter itself. This park is timeless. It will always be a masterpiece. Whether you look at it a couple of years after it was first made, whether I come back in another 5 years and look again, it will still be a masterpiece. It will still be a benchmark of what the console community can build. Incredible work, Silverpunker. Incredible. I love this park. Absolutely love it. What did you all think? Did you see the original version of this? Is this the first time you're seeing this park? You'll have to let me know down below in the comments. But I'm going to be back in a couple of days for another Planet Coaster Spotlight. I will see you all then. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and see you all very, very soon. Bye, everybody!